What's up guys, welcome to a new market update. In today's video we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold and also silver. A lot of things happened today. In the past few days, in the past week was a very volatile week. A lot of things happened. So of course, as always, let's get right into the video. Like and subscribe as always, I will really appreciate that. And let's start immediately with Bitcoin as always. Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold and silver all did the same thing, they dumped. Surely today and on Friday we saw silver dump 30%, but more about that later. But Bitcoin also, as you see today, Saturday, when I record this, 6% down, Ethereum almost 11%. It's getting bloody. Let's start with Bitcoin. Of course, if you zoom out on the daily, we lost this low or this support level here. Not exactly this level, but in this zone. Still hope that Bitcoin could bounce from there, and they did, as you see with this wick, but it wasn't strong enough. So we actually swept almost everything in this range. So all of this not yet, but all of this got swept. We didn't really saw the reaction we wanted. So it looks like we're moving to new lows. I could surely see Bitcoin going to 50k, going to 70k, but it's too early to shout that. Shouldn't be shouting and saying Bitcoin to 50k. No, it's not that time yet. We might see more dumps in the coming days, week, but that's not what you can say yet. If you zoom in, if I take my levels, a lot of levels on the upside, of course. Bitcoin swept right now the $79,000. Very important level. As if I can zoom out, that is the gain and hold of basically the new range to the all-time highs. So that's a very important level, and I think price will bounce from here. Can show a little reaction. I don't think we'll dump immediately through to the 70,000. I do think price will range a bit here and maybe gain some levels, but it can all just be a retest to make new lows. So I wouldn't start longing 100 leverage, buy Bitcoin full portfolio, because even a pump to here can be just a simple retest to lower. So at the moment I would be very careful with what you buy. And if you go lower, we have a level to $75,000, and then we have other levels here. I didn't even look at it because price started dumping. We have this hold here, $66,000, and very important in this range is this level. But of course, $52,000, that's another what, 20-30% dump. We're not there yet. We won't be there tomorrow, and surely not next week. Bitcoin won't dump another 30% next week. I can assure you that. A lot of things can happen in this market, but this won't happen. So surely this level, but this level is interesting. And then of course this level which I just swept, and of course we can make it a sort of box here. This box, Bitcoin will surely show reaction. I hope so at least, because it's not looking good. -7%. If you look at Ethereum, also a lot of levels below. They sweep this level, very important level, the hold, the origin of the new all-time highs. I was doubting myself. This is a big box, and I also expect, like on Bitcoin, that Ethereum shows reaction from here. They're already kind of doing something, but of course it doesn't have to happen right now. And also for Ethereum, it's very important, if you zoom out and maybe remove this for a second. If we go to the weekly even, this is the whole price graph of Ethereum. We saw a new all-time high here, and we're almost already, what, 50% down? Almost 50, more than 50%. If you look at the weekly, so weekly levels are of course very strong. This is the must hold zone for Ethereum. This is on the weekly, the origin, the hold, the whatever you want to name it, the biggest support zone, biggest liquidity zone on Ethereum, because this hold created new all-time highs and new highs. So very important. This was also the start, I'd say, from the real bull run of Ethereum, or at least the bull run to new all-time highs, because of course we already saw pumps in 2024. Now, it's another 15% dump, but I'd say a 15% dump right now is possible. But Ethereum already dumped almost 30% in 2 weeks. Why not another 15%? Surely if things don't get better geopolitically, but I don't think, or I do think that these dumps on Bitcoin, Ethereum, almost every market are really caused by new wars or any geopolitical events. But this is a very important level on the weekly. On the daily, of course, it's the same level. You see it right there, this low hold. Now of course we also have on the daily this level right here. So surely this level, if we don't hold at 2000, it could be a very nasty time for Ethereum. You can say we're going into a very nasty bear market. But of course we don't have to shout that right now. We can surely see Bitcoin and Ethereum recover a bit from this dump. but everything can happen. I already mentioned in several videos, I don't really believe in the bull run, bear run, 2 years bull run, 2 years bear run. I don't, or 4 years even, what people say. I don't believe in that anymore. The market is way more mature. But if you still believe in it, or you want to call it like that, it could be that we go into the bear market right now. I didn't expect that, because I didn't really thought this was the top on Ethereum and also on Bitcoin, but it is what it is right now. We have to do it we have to do it with the price and the things that happen. Me and you, we can't control price or make a difference in this market, so we have to do it what we get. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, same thing. Very important support zone, already tapped both. On Ethereum showed the level, I guess. Bitcoin also very important box. If we lose this box, if we lose these levels, we can surely see an even bigger dump. I wanted to say more nastier dump, but I don't expect Bitcoin and Ethereum to dump another 30%. But moral of the story, it's not looking good, but it's also not the end of the world. Of course, big crashes happen. Surely in crypto, it's normal. 30% in silver is not normal, but 1 minute. Wait, 1 more minute for that. So surely this level is something to keep an eye on, and not necessarily to trade, but also just to see, and it's a nice indication to see if Ethereum is done for this year, for the next time, or if you can still make some moves. Because I'm not saying if we hold this level that we're going to new all-time highs in the next 2-3 months. Price won't do this unless crazy things happen, which can happen of course, but price can surely range here for a couple of months into the summer, and then dump again. So I'm not saying here it's do or die time, even Ethereum dumps to $500 or it bumps to new all-time highs. I'm just saying this is a nice indication to see if you get a reaction here. We know that we're not going to make entire new lows normally, and if we don't see a reaction here, we know that it's not really going to end well in this bear market. Next up is gold, and also on the weekly, nothing happened really. We saw a crazy parabolic run. I've said it for several weeks. Gold is just going up, 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 up. I wanted to see a retest, and they finally did. And not even a big of a retest, because of course this weekly candle was red, but it didn't really, it didn't even wipe out the previous week. Of course on the daily this is a big crash. This is a big crash on an asset like gold. Gold is not Bitcoin, gold is not the meme coin. 14% dump on gold in 1 day is big. But let me explain why this is normal in Bitcoin, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, in crypto, because people long with leverage. People long with leverage, and when there's just a natural retest, natural pullback, all those people, their stop loss get hit, all those people get liquidated, and it makes a sharp correction. Now with gold, many of the volume, many of the traders are not trading or buying physical gold. They're just trading and buying paper gold or paper silver. They're just trading it online on brokers with leverage, or whatever you call them in Forex. So we also just saw here people just being too optimistic, thinking, oh, it's going up for weeks, let's just long full porters, and then you see many people get liquidated, and even this is just a normal retest here, but people keep long, and they all got liquidated, and then you see a sharp dump. And I wouldn't worry for gold. It's not like gold is worthless. It's still up there. It's almost still on $5,000 per ounce, so nothing to worry about. It's just if you bought the top, you're in a 15%, 15% down, but I wouldn't be panicking surely. I also don't think gold will continue this trend of sharp dumps. Gold can surely still retest all this liquidity and orders and stop losses, liquidation targets, levels, whatever you name it, but I don't expect gold to keep falling like a waterfall, like silver did. Before we get into silver, short summary about gold. They've been going up like crazy. This had to happen, a pullback like this had to happen, so I wouldn't worry on gold. Now silver is another thing. Silver didn't just pull back 15%. From the top it dropped almost 40%. Of course it recovered a bit already with a pump from the bottom of 15%, but this is a bigger crash, let's say. And silver, of course, it moves the same like gold. It's a metal, it's something you can trade physically, but also of course trade paper silver online or brokers. If we zoom in, we saw that basically they swept everything since the start of the year, which is a lot, which was a 40% pump, 60% pump to new all-time highs. But if you zoom out, is it really that much? It is that much, but if you just see we're 1 month into the year, so this is 1 month. Big crashes, they most of the time sweep or get out like a half of a year or 3 months. This is just 1 month. Of course, this is a strong pullback, and percentage-wise, it's impressive. But that's just because we also went up percentage-wise very big. So I wouldn't worry on silver either. I don't think we're going to drop back to 40 or to 60 even. I think this week, yeah, we'll range a bit here or even start pumping again, because I do expect people to buy, because as mentioned in the start of the video, there's nothing really going on. It's not like World War II is about to happen or something crazy. This was just a pullback, and then of course it got accelerated by all those people who got liquidated. So also on silver, targets are, of course, let me show some targets on silver. Of course, we have the all-time high here. That's not the line that I wanted to do. We have the all-time high here, and then yeah, we sweep this. This is not really a level, but let's just, this is the range. Of course, this level moved to the low on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and then of course, if we zoom in a bit more, we have a level right here. So this box, why do I keep getting the wrong one? So this box surely is a nice indication as well, like I said on Ethereum, to see can silver continue the massive uptrend, or will we range a bit, which is of course incredibly healthy to do right now. To be honest, you don't want to see, of course, if you're invested in silver, you want price to go up, but as a neutral or for all markets, you don't want price to see yeah, you don't want to see new all-time highs next week, because that's again a sign of being optimistic, being that the world is not in danger, but things are going on, people want to be safe, and then again in a couple of months you can surely have a crash like this again. So what I expect to see is silver does this, and then of course has to decide, because it won't range here forever. Either they break to the upside or they break to the downside, and that's basically it for almost every asset we discussed, but all are in a bit of a different situation. Now, it was maybe a short market update video for what happened, but of course daily updates are posted in the server, trades are posted in the server, everything is posted in the server, so if you want to stay up to date, join that, link is in the description. For now, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.